Come on, let's hear it.
Stare at Ryan until he does it.
Give us those silky smooth tones.
Silky smooth tones.
Yeah.
I don't have a silky smooth voice.
Give us as silky as you can give
Coarse
us.
and rough like sand. The sand
Irritating. Irritating and rough and gets everywhere.
Hi everybody, welcome
Not
to
like this
another
place.
episode of Pop Culture Unboxing. What episode are we on? This is
44.
Episode 44. We're almost there. Almost big 5-0.
Yeah. And we
Almost.
brought on a special guest for Big 44.
Yeah, because they were talking about something that I don't have any context about. This guy over here pointing, we'll introduce him in a second, doesn't have any context. Only you two.
I have
This
a
other
little bit,
two
but this
and a
other
point
one here
two.
has a lot of context.
All right, well, my
Who
name
else is with us?
Well, my name's Ryan. I want to welcome Zach, as always. Matt.
Yes.
I don't really welcome you.
I know,
No,
but you
no.
don't have a choice.
I don't really welcome you, JP.
Yeah, I'm
But
back.
This is JP, Matt's brother.
Yeah.
He's been on here before.
Glad
Talking
to
about
be
Dune.
here. Yeah. my only specialty.
Yeah, it only
here again.
made sense.
He's our Dune consultant.
Yeah, so welcome to this Dune extensive episode of Pop Culture Unboxing.
You know what else we'll have him on?
It's just as
Is
hot
when-
as the
is
deserts
whenever we
of
hear
Dune.
more about this Amazon Lord of the Rings series,
Oh, I will rip into that
we'll
any
have
day.
him. We'll
You still have
unpack
to
that.
watch. I still have to watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's
with
right.
You.
You haven't seen it.
I've watched them.
You've watched
I
them. But
just
you haven't
don't-
watched them.
Nah, they're stupid.
You haven't
Wait,
experienced.
Have
it.
you
He
seen
doesn't
the
like.
extended edition?
He doesn't like Lord of the Rings.
He hasn't. You can't have an opinion on Lord of the Rings if you haven't seen the extended editions.
I have seen the extended editions.
I don't
the ones that
believe
are
you.
4 hours
And he
long.
doesn't like
Oh.
them.
Yeah.
Bull.
Language.
Yeah.
crap.
This is a family-friendly show.
Oh, it is now. Huh.
Now you
Yeah.
got to censor him. What animal are you gonna put over his?
I don't put
swear
animals.
word?
I just do a bleep.
Oh, come on.
I can't be bothered.
You got to do giraffe. I think giraffe.
What noises do giraffes make?
Like ducks, but deeper.
Okay, I'll
Or
allow it.
yeah, there you go.
I wasn't gonna believe you then, but then you both said the same thing at the same time, and so now I think you might not be lying.
I don't know.
Welcome to
Are
Pop
we?
Culture Unboxing. I don't know if he said the name or not, but this is Pop Culture Unboxing.
I did say the name.
He did.
As you listen, be sure to tell your friends because word of mouth is huge for small podcasts. Ryan, what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about 3 big subjects. Well, the main episode, the main topic of today is going to be Dune. They had the official trailer come out yesterday. If you're listening to this
Morning.
Today.
yesterday. If you were listening to this pod, if you let
You're
me,
right.
if you would let me
Oh.
finish yesterday
Ooh,
when this podcast releases.
that's what I said. It's when the podcast releases. It'll be tomorrow. Yesterday. I'm confused. Shut up. Zach, what else are we talking
We're talking
about?
about.
Oh.
I lost that.
What's another? What's
Took
another?
that from me.
What's another thing we're going to be talking about, Zach?
Oh, well, I lost. I was trying to see how long I could go.
We're
without
talking about
saying
Robert
anything.
Pattinson got tested for the bat disease
Yeah.
of COVID-19.
The Batman got the bat flu.
Yeah.
Well, if you were going to do it, I could have not talked and
And the
continued my
new
streak.
Mandalorian set photos released
Yes.
by Entertainment.
Weekly,
Yes, in a magazine
monthly?
and their
not
website
monthly.
or daily.
So which one of these
Yeah.
3 are we going to talk about first today?
We're gonna talk about Batman's bat flu.
Batman getting the
Batman,
bat
bat
flu.
disease.
Batman using
The bat
the
disease, yeah.
greatest bat invention or bat tech he has, the bat flu.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Robin, use the bat flu.
We have a trailer and they haven't finished filming it yet.
No, they haven't. I guess not. But
Weird.
why did I open this a second time? I already have this.
Probably because he, ironically, has the bat flu.
Yeah, that tracks.
I guess since this is like, I haven't talked to you in a while, and we've talked about a lot of stuff on the show. What did you think?
Yeah.
Did you see the Batman trailer?
I haven't. The new one, the Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson? No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, we'll have to show it to you after the show.
Yeah, you have to.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty crazy.
Batman in it?
Here's the sum up.
No.
No, believe it or not.
The Sparks Notes version. My Chemical Romance had a baby with DC and created an angsty Batman.
Sounds electric.
It's electric.
Like there's one part in the trailer where you're going to look at it and you'll understand that when he was a young boy, his father took him into the city to see a marching band.
I like how you keep,
told him.
every time we talk about the Batman, you keep playing this joke in some way.
It's the only joke I've made that I find to be hilarious.
But yeah, he tested positive. Robert Pattinson playing Batman.
The Batman.
Talk about method acting.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
The next step he has to do is be like Michael Keaton and hang upside down when he sleeps. Anyone watched the? Did anyone ever watch the 89 Batman?
I've seen them.
Have you?
Which
Long
one?
time
You guys
ago.
watched them
He
recently?
is the best
Like-
Batman.
The
Like
Tim Burton ones?
Batman Returns, Batman and
Michael
Robin.
Keaton was a great Batman.
Was he?
That scene Well, as Bruce Wayne, there's a scene in it where he's like staring face to face with the Joker, and he like takes out like a wood poker and just starts smacking windows and mirrors and just goes, "You want to get nuts? I'll get you nuts. Let's go." And then
Yikes.
just Joker just does the most calm, collective shot he does in the whole movie, just shoots him. And then apparently that the food tray, he somehow stuck it underneath his stuffed shirt in the time between when the Jokers got there. And that blocked the bullet. I don't know. I don't know.
Food trays block bullets?
Yeah, apparently
Batman
fine
teaching.
china is bulletproof.
Interesting.
You didn't know this.
Maybe that's why it's so fine.
Yeah, porcelain really doesn't shatter.
Yeah, that's why it's worth so much money.
Yeah.
No.
It's like your cast iron plates.
I guess this hasn't done anything to like pushing this film off. It's still coming out in October, which is great.
2021.
Well, yeah, but it's still coming out in October. Nothing
Yeah.
changed, but at least as far as I've heard, I'm excited because there's rumors that this is going to take place in like based on the Batman comic, The Long Halloween, which is a very good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good one.
Okay. We can talk more about we'll
So
probably
then-
hear more details about it in the next couple months, maybe.
Definitely.
Because they've already released a trailer.
Yeah.
Look at that. They're releasing a trailer for a movie that doesn't come out for over a year. Dune comes out in 2 months.
Does it really?
Yes, it comes out in November. And they just released a trailer for it.
Good on them. Good
Yeah.
on that Dune people.
Yeah.
But you will
Someone
you will just love Dune, worship Dune every time. Anytime you get a chance to say good things about Dune, you'll
Yeah.
say it.
The
Even though
worms
you've-
provide.
But I just found out that you never read the book.
No. It's just,
He's read the book, so if anything, it's weird that you're the fangirl.
Oh, I
over
am.
it.
I'm just not as loud about it.
yeah.
No. But it's just it's weird to me that
I also
he's-
have a lot of trust in him and my dad's taste. If they're really excited for it, I am too. On top of that, I'm not just excited because it's Dune. I'm really excited because it's Denis Villeneuve, whose movies I love.
okay. All right. I
Yeah,
just
let people enjoy
what I
it.
hope-
no. If I'm not allowed to enjoy life, no one else. Is.
I've said it a lot. What I really hope comes out of these Dune movies is I really hope after these movies he gets to make his own original sci-fi movie. Because I feel like he has some great ideas.
Probably not.
Maybe he's just an adaptation or adapter.
So what are these? So we're going to be discussing pictures on our audio podcast.
Oh, I was just going to explain. You can find them in the show notes. I wasn't really going to talk too much about.
No.
I mean, we can really just describe what they are.
Yeah,
if you
and
want.
if you want to play along, go to our show notes. Just click on the link in the episode description, and you can
Find
look at the
the link
photos while
there.
we talk about them.
It's on oo.com.
So, Entertainment Weekly released, I guess, in one of the magazines, because The Mandalorian comes out October 30th.
Yes,
So what month are we in right now? September, right?
September 9th is when
Probably.
we're recording this.
Okay.
September 10th is when it releases.
All right. Well, so soon. So
Yeah, I mean they look like personal people photos. So
they look kind of. I mean, nothing's different.
No,
It just
yeah.
feels like there's
Yeah.
nothing different that I've seen here, except I got confirmation of something I've been wondering. In one of these photos, it shows Mando sitting on a speeder, and you can see that he still wears the cape, but also has the jetpack on.
how does that work?
That's what I'm wondering, because how does
Is that
he,
a cape or is that just a neck thing, a neckerchief?
I think that's his cape, because like in one of these photos, he has the cape on.
Maybe he just alternates. I don't think he does.
I don't see a cape.
I think
Go to the
that
last-
looks
the
like
first one.
but that looks like the neck thing from his cape. Like this is his cape.
There's
I
no
don't
way
think
that's
it
not a
is.
cape.
That-
That's
think it's just a neck
definitely his.
scarf.
That's definitely his
I
cape.
think it's just a neck scarf.
I have the action.
Keep going through the
figure.
pictures.
That's his cape. Again, action figures. I have his cape.
Oh,
Well, it's a
sand
new,
people and banthas.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going Tatooine.
It's a new season. It's possible that he might modify the cape or change the cape, or it might get ripped in the first episode, or there's a whole bunch of things that could happen in the
Nah.
next season.
Nah, I think
No.
it's just because the cape is actually the coolest part of him, and
Capes
Oh.
are pretty cool. Why are capes so much cooler in movies and stuff than they
Edna
are
mode would disagree.
in real
in
life,
real life?
because the people wearing them don't look very cool. They're
probably
not very
true.
cool looking
Yeah.
people. I don't know if you, but I've went to a lot.
Wait, scroll down. We might be able to see the cape in the cover art. No, I said scroll down, not go to back to the left. To the left.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, no, he's got a cape there. You're right.
Yeah, tattered. No.
I know what
Maybe
I'm
that's from
talking.
the jetpack.
I know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Talking about.
Yeah,
boot.
So yeah, those will be
really-
in the show notes.
I'm really excited for this. We might get Luke Skywalker.
Excuse me?
We're gonna
What?
get Jedi Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka are gonna be characters in the new one.
What?
Hold on. I knew Ahsoka, but Luke?
Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's what they remember.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
The guy that we were talking. I thought we talked
Sebastian
about.
Stan.
Yeah, he's playing Luke Skywalker.
Confirmed?
It's all at this point pretty much confirmed. Everyone's been talking about it. He's supposedly going to be coming back to play Luke Skywalker.
I thought it was for something different. And that's I've heard that thrown around forever. After like years ago, someone took Sebastian Stan's face and put it on Luke's body.
Well, they're saying
and it looks just like young Mark Hamill.
They have plans for him to come back in The Mandalorian, to show up in The Mandalorian. So everyone was like, and Sebastian Stan was supposedly hired for a mystery role in the Star Wars universe, and we don't know what it is yet. So everyone's like, oh, well, they've been talking about it, so it must be him to play Luke Skywalker. I hope so. I want to see Ahsoka though.
I'm excited about
A live
that,
action Ahsoka. It's gonna be something.
Yeah, it's being played. What's her name, Matt?
It's Rosario Dawson.
That's who. Yes. Hey,
Rosaria.
Hey,
not
by the way, there's
Rosario.
that photo that he's talking about My Chemical Romance stuff.
Oh, see, I get more of a Panic at the Disco vibe from that picture.
So
Ooh.
here's the cast for
Trying to
Mandalorian
take my
season
joke
2,
from me.
episode 1. We
Trying to
have
co-opt
obviously
it.
Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian.
Uh-huh.
We have Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan Kryze. Who was she?
Bo-Katan.
No, she was one of the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yes, she was.
Who was?
She was one of the Mandalorians in the season finale.
Oh, that's right. She's
I did
she's
not
the
see
sister to the queen.
Yeah.
She's the sister of the queen.
Timothy Oliphant is in it, but he doesn't have a role. Michael Biehn, Biehn, not Bean. Tamora Morrison is playing Boba Fett in the first episode
So is that's what it says in the cast?
on
list?
IMDb. Yes,
He is playing Boba Fett.
It
There
ha-
was so
he's
many
cast-
talks that he was going to be playing Rex again as well.
I've heard that.
That
And
we're-
these could be wrong. I don't know how true these things are on here.
I mean, no-
Rosario Dawson is Ahsoka Tano,
I've
obviously.
heard nobody
He played
confirmed
both?
that was Boba Fett. I've heard no one. I've not.
IMDb
seen
says right here,
I've
Tamora
never-
Morrison, Boba Fett.
I mean, great. Hopefully,
Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
I mean,
Swear.
Falling into Sarlacc noises.
That one. Yeah.
I just watched that movie recently, and it sounds gruesome.
I mean, couldn't he
Like
play
the
both?
last Boba Fett's last noises that he makes sound really bad. Like you can
Yeah.
tell he knows this is it. Like
Yeah.
And he was
like,
wrong.
But apparently not.
he's like, oh man, I know this is where
Wait,
George
that lines
intended me
up.
to
We
die."
saw Tusken Raider there on a bantha. If they're going to Tatooine, that's where Boba Fett was last.
That would make sense. And
It's where
in
Luke-
one of the books, mysterious green Mandalorian.
You know who
armor
else
was
could show up if
found.
they're on Tatooine? No,
Who?
he's dead. Never mind.
Who?
Obi-Wan, but he's dead.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's
Yeah,
dead.
he
This is
died.
This is after
Obi-Wan's
Return of the
dead.
Jedi.
Died a while ago.
I got confused.
Obi-Wan's
I feel like
dead.
that ruins any arc that he would have because of the reason why he would be
I just got mixed up.
going for.
I forgot that it was after
You mean
Return
Boba
of the Jedi.
Fett is what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
talking-
like
No,
like Boba Fett's motivation would be you killed my father, I'm coming for you.
Boba Fett had no motivation.
Well,
He already.
the thing is, like with the Mandalorian right now, is the only reason that we're getting all these like well-known characters in live action form is just so they can set up it's to test what we think of what they look like, so they can figure out if they want to go further with making the live action
Kind
series.
of.
Because we're getting an Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which everyone already knew they want Ian McGregor back.
Oh, yeah.
Or Ewan McGregor back.
Yeah, if they don't pick him, I think everyone.
Oh, they already
No one's
did.
gonna
They
watch
already
it.
did.
Yeah, they already
Oh,
did.
yeah.
I was gonna say
apparently-
everyone collectively should just say no.
There's an
And just
interview-
not.
I mean, he's
not
always
watch
said
it.
he's interested in playing it again.
Well,
playing
there's,
Obi-Wan again.
there's an interview where back when they first asked him if he would ever come back as Obi-Wan, he's like, oh, I mean, I'd love to if they ever did. Well, Obi-Wan confirmed in a later interview just recently, back in like 2019, that he's like, yeah, in that interview, I already knew I was coming back as Obi-Wan. They had already
Yeah.
planned him to come back. They just were waiting for the time to bring
Yeah,
him back.
I mean that makes sense.
I love the interview with him when they were when he was like, I heard that they were making a new trilogy, and like he was like, I was like constantly watching my phone, waiting for my agent to call me, is that maybe I might have a cameo or something in it, and like he was super excited about
he
it.
did.
And then he's like, hey, they called, and he got all excited, and then all he had to say is, Ray, these are your first steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
These are your first
and he was like, apparently he was super excited that
He,
about that.
although
like,
he was
he's great.
very like,
I mean, he still got paid, I'm
he-
sure.
After he did it, like he was very he's very happy because they took the original like old man Obi-Wan's voice,
Alec Guinness.
Alec
Sir
Guinness.
Alec
Yep.
Guinness.
yeah, Sir Alec Guinness's voice to say Ray, but then he just finishes, "These are your first steps."
Yep.
And he was like geeking out about that. Well, when
Oh,
episode
yeah.
3 came out, he tried so hard to make sure that he looked what like Obi-Wan would have looked like at that age. He made his
Yeah.
hair look that way. He also really does look like him. It's pretty crazy.
It is freaky. I forget what it was. Someone pulled up pictures of young Alec Guinness, and the resemblance is uncanny.
Yeah.
We just cut out like
which is
20
weird
years of
he's
aging.
Wedge's,
Yeah.
because he's related to the guy that plays Wedge.
Yeah, he is.
He's
He's,
his-
his uncle.
Yes.
He was his uncle.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Sir Alec Guinness, who was very old in 77, is dead now.
Yes.
Oh. The more you know.
Very fascinating, man.
Also, I
You
think
should
it's
watch interviews.
there's a lot of room there. Forever, the internet age, there were always rumors that Alec Guinness hated the role, but from what I've heard, that's not true. He was at worst indifferent to it.
I think the only reason he got that is that when he first was handed the script, he said, I don't know if this is a film I want to be like. He wasn't interested.
Yeah.
That's what I think why people think.
Yeah.
That. He said it didn't sound like something that he would normally do.
Yeah.
But
Why would he sign on to 2 more movies if he didn't like it?
Yeah, I mean, like he
Because I
didn't have
guarantee
to.
you there wasn't a trilogy deal back then.
No,
There's no way.
Lucas. Well, yeah, there was. There
There
wasn't
was.
a trilogy deal, but Lucas
That's what I
had planned for 2 films afterwards.
Yeah.
He had it already planned out. He just wanted to see if he would get Star Wars, if Star Wars
Yeah.
would work out.
But that means that
there's
there
the
wasn't a
knowledge that
contract,
there may be
so-
a further commitment. I said there's a knowledge that there may be a further
No, he had
commitment.
already had the idea.
Yeah,
So-
but I mean,
No,
there
no,
was
for the
I meant from
actors.
but
the
there wasn't
actors.
something.
yeah.
Probably wasn't something in his contract that said you have
Oh,
to come
yeah.
for the next 2 movies.
Yeah.
So the fact that he did says he didn't. He apparently at least didn't mind the role.
Yeah.
I also
Especially
feel
when
like
they're
back then
small roles.
Yeah.
His roles were small.
I also feel like back then there was a little bit more professionalism where if you didn't like your role, you didn't just tell them to recast it. You finished the role and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
you moved on. Now it's like if you have a spat with someone and you don't like them anymore, you're not going to finish their movie.
Megan Fox.
Yeah. Or sign
Well, that was kind of the other way around.
Yeah.
Michael Bay fired her because she called him out, and we find out about 10 years
Called him
later.
the Hitler on
we
set.
find out about 10 years later she was absolutely right.
Yeah,
Like,
Oh yeah.
no surprise. That man ruined Ninja Turtles.
yeah. My dad
really
actually
did.
unironically likes those movies.
Does he really?
Yes. Has he
Well,
told
it's
you
because
that?
it's the
Yeah.
first time we
I've
got
never seen
Bebop
him.
and Rocksteady in film, and at least if that's what I get, if that's what I have to work, that's what I get. I mean, I'll accept it.
So John Paul.
Oh,
So
we
the
moving
new-
on.
Yeah.
All right, time to
It's
take this
time.
mic away. I can leave now.
All right, Ryan, let's
So
go.
You
the-
to
guys
lunch.
can ask questions. I'll allow that.
the new trailer,
For
This is where I've got
Dune.
I've got to put
by
2020, by Denis Villeneuve.
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 What did you think? Oh, overall thoughts. Hang on, Ryan. Pause it.
this. Okay.
Overall thoughts on the trailer.
I liked it. There was nothing I.
Actually, I want to pause that. You two, I want to hear your thoughts first.
Oh my God.
From not knowing anything.
Wait,
about
wait,
it, then
stop! I want to hear your thoughts.
I really liked it.
Okay. So now we go back.
He's a good director.
That was
I
good.
like it.
I like this.
As I said, I will watch any sci-fi garbage. So this.
Wow.
this-
Wow,
me.
Take
No,
it easy there.
Will you let me finish, you two?
All
Jeez.
right.
I will watch any sci-fi garbage. So when I saw this, I was like, that looks like pretty good sci-fi film. So I'm interested. I thought it looked pretty cool. I've got questions and I'm very interested. But thing is, because you read a book, that sounded really mean. Because you read the book. Because you read the book. I don't know if I want to ask too many questions because I feel like you're going to know too many answers, and it's going to, like, I kind of want to see this go into this film, as blind as I possibly can,
I respect that.
because it looks. I mean, it looks interesting, and every sci-fi film I've ever seen, someone's been able to tell me what's going to happen. This one, I have no clue what's going on.
Oh, I won't spoil anything.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
and I know it's kind of a cliche, but if you do read the book then watch the movie, there's just so much more detail in the book that is lost through the movie. Like if you just watch the movie and you just see it on its own, it's a lot easier to appreciate than if you read the book and you're like, well, that was wrong. They changed this. That character's missing.
That's
And
why
Yeah.
I never read the Harry Potter books.
Yeah. Well, the thing I liked about the trailer whenever I watched it was like I noticed a lot of details from the books, like you said, that were included. Like there were scenes that I saw there from the book that I'm like, those could have been dropped out, but they weren't.
Yeah.
There's scenes that like I thought were pretty formative of the book, but from a directing standpoint, if you're directing some action flick, you drop out.
Like what?
Well, there was the one scene with the whole rig, with the spice mining rig, and they actually
Is
keep
that what that was?
Yeah, whenever it's sinking into the ground and they're in the ship.
Oh,
That was from
yeah,
the
I
book.
remember that scene from the 80s movie, I think.
Well, yeah, and that's in the book, and it's not integral really to. It's more of a character establishment thing. It's something that would be left out if you're looking to make just a sci-fi action flick, which makes me feel like they're actually going to do the the book well.
So
I
as
guess.
Well, they have
as
two
I
movies
like
to do it.
push my fake director glasses up because I'm such a good director. I've directed nothing in my life but all my crippling debt. I think when if you're saying that you see a lot of stuff like that, that sounds like it was a director that took a lot of passion. Like it's not just they hired another director. Like they didn't just hire someone random. They thought, oh, you make good films, we'll make you do this. Like if someone puts a lot of like that kind of detail that's based on character development, it's because they care about the characters and telling a good story.
If I had to guess, I'd say Warner Brothers and or Legendary went to Denis and said, "What do you want to make?"
Probably.
And he said, "I'd love to make Dune." And they said, "Here's all the money in the world. What actors do you want?" And he said, "Yes."
So yes.
And then they gave him every actor ever.
This
Yeah.
the
It
cast
is
is
star-studded.
stacked.
Yeah,
It's
we've
a
been
very
over it a couple
stacked
times, but that's this.
And do they look how you pictured all of them?
Some of them, but I mean, you're never always going to get completely faithful representations of your cast. Like I have pictures in my head of the entire book, but I know that's not what's going to be on the TV. It's going to be different.
Because they obviously describe what they look like. So
Yeah.
you have the ability to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to usually describe. It's hard to find the actor that fits a person completely. You rarely ever find it. I think Harry Potter is probably one of the only ones.
I was going to say that actually.
That's the only ones that I think was perfect,
Well,
and I'm pretty sure they did everything.
Snape as or whatever.
Well, not retroactively.
I think
no, I think the actors that were chosen for the movie, I guarantee influenced the later books.
No. Oh, what I'm getting at is retroactively how J.K. Rowling has come back and said, well, this
God,
character is
no,
this
don't-
and
we
this
don't-
character
Oh
is
my
that.
God.
We don't even have to
So
talk
that's
about
what I
that.
mean by
I feel
retroactive.
like
we don't need to talk about her trying to be
hate you.
woke.
I feel like the easier question to
hate her.
ask for what I want to ask right now is, do any of the characters jump out at you as not looking like you thought they would from the book? Because I feel like a lot of them do look
You
like
want me
what
to
you
put
think.
this trailer on in the background?
Yeah.
now?
Thing is, a lot of my perceptions of the characters have been influenced by later books, so it's hard to say. And like this as itself, I would say like Chani, not really, because I didn't
Which
really.
is Zendaya's character.
Yes, that's
What's
Zendaya's
with
character.
These nose plate things?
So those are to reclaim the water. They're wearing those suits because like there's no water on this planet.
Yeah.
So that's basically to make sure they don't
Like
lose
this
any
room
water.
right now.
Like they're drinking their own pee right now.
Oh well,
through there.
that's what I think we're gonna need to
Well,
start
we're-
doing in this room.
Yeah, we're a couple minutes away from that.
And so
You just
a
hold
little
still.
a little anecdote on the suits that he was just talking about. Apparently, they were miserable on set
Oh yeah.
because they were big rubber suits in the desert.
I was going to say, so they're doing the
'cause
opposite of
they're-
what they're designed to do?
Yeah.
because they're drinking
yeah.
their own pee.
Well, no,
Of course
that's
it'd
but
be-
in a weird way, that seems like it's almost exactly what they're meant to do, where
No.
you sweat a bunch in them and it collects all the sweat.
But in the books, they're described as really form fitting, like comfortable, cool.
Whereas in real life, we don't have future
No.
clothing technology like that.
What's this? So, like, let me explain to the
Yeah.
listeners. So we're putting the trailer in the background just so I have something to look at while they talk about something I don't understand. We have, like, it looks like the main character and Josh Brolin's
Timothy
character.
Chalamet as Paul, and that's Josh Brolin.
Yeah, that's
as Gurney Halleck, right?
So
Yeah.
So like
Sure.
they're doing some kind of combat training, but there's like like a shimmering field around them. What is that? Is
We'll
that
play
just-
a little bit further too, and notice what I caught when I first watched it.
That
right there.
red.
You can use I think it's K and another one can go frame by frame. That right there in the bottom
this
corner.
little red spot.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are
and
basically
again, watching the trailer, this is about the 54-second mark on the YouTube video that'll be linked in the show notes.
Yeah.
So they're basically like personal force fields, like to put it really simply. They're just like they're like a static field of electricity per se that just protects you from like basic like gunfire. So you wouldn't be able to use metal bullets on someone who's wearing this. And
Oh,
that's
really?
yeah.
So the red is that like to show you that that's where the field was broken.
Yeah. I think that's what it's signifying because you see later it happens again when people are fighting. You see the red
I
on
caught it
people's
when
like whenever
Aquaman's character
yeah.
is fighting some dudes.
Yeah, you see it then. So I think it's to signify that the shield's broken then.
And I think from watching the 80s one, I think that's what happens in that same fight in that movie. Is that Paul thinks he got the killing blow, but then Gurney had a knife to his chest or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Something like that.
This looks. I mean, it looks interesting.
So
I feel like
if
it
you
was
notice
very-
that, that's actually a really interesting thing. If you go back to the guy
Which
a
one?
bit ahead, whenever it shows a close up of the guy with the thing in his nose.
And then you said that was
That was Javier Bardem's character.
Yeah. If you wait, that's way too.
Yeah.
He has blue eyes completely. And
Stilgar is what we just
yeah,
said his name was.
him.
this guy.
If you
here.
notice the blue eyes, you'll see it again.
At the minute 19-second mark.
The eyes are almost completely blue, and that's just from using the spice, which is basically the central reason for the universe.
So it's like a drug, or
Yeah, in a sense, it's a spice. They basically eat it or consume it or breathe it in, and it has properties to it that are like necessary,
oh, okay.
So would
And-
you say that there's 42 spices?
at least.
You trying to make a
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken
Yeah.
joke?
Well, I actually tried to combine both of it, the Kentucky Fried Chicken and the.
What are these guys?
He said it was the spice of
It's
life.
okay, good
Or the
try.
reason for life.
So
for the universe.
42.
that
yeah.
makes
So go
sense.
back a little bit. Shortly after, about 120 in the trailer, we see a bunch of dudes all standing up in the dark. Who are these guys?
I think they're either the Atreides or the Harkonnens. So those are the two families in this thing. I'm pretty sure these are Harkonnens because it's shown with the other characters who are Harkonnens.
Well, is,
Okay.
is there like a bit of like a Romeo and Juliet situation with this? Oh, it's just two families.
Yeah, these are two separate families. That's basically how the universe is broken down. Each family, like royal family, owns a planet or is in charge of a planet. And the Harkonnens were in charge of Dune before the Atreides are coming in.
Okay.
And
Or
Paul, the main
Arrakis.
character, is one of the Atreides.
Okay.
So these are the Harkonnens.
Which I think when
soldiers.
they named the planet in the trailer, I think they only refer to it as Arrakis.
Yeah.
They don't use Dune in the trailer.
Arrakis is the planet. Dune's a nickname for it.
And then right after those guys, we see a picture of Dave Bautista as Beast Rabin. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep. Or something like that.
And then I think the next shot, is we get a little bit of a look at Stellan Skarsgård as
Baron
Harkonnen, but it's not a very good look at him at all. So we don't really know.
which is interesting to me. I'm excited
Now,
to
is
see him.
there a reason? Is in the book? Is his
Kind of.
character?
It is initial, like especially in the initial scene, you don't see him initially in the book. He's like in darkness for a bit, and then he's revealed. So it is a big reveal. I think that's what they're hiding him because
Okay.
it's it
so
really
he does he not look
Well,
like a
we
normal,
see later in this
humanoid
trailer
person?
someone
Not
rise,
really.
we
There's
see
a
someone
really-
rising up from liquid in this trailer, and I think that's him again.
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell who that
It's
was.
later in the series. I know, I couldn't either. You know who it looked like was who was the big black guy in Green Mile, and a bunch of other movies.
I have no idea.
Oh, I don't know.
Clark Michael Duncan.
Duncan, yeah.
Okay.
He looks kind of like him, but I don't. It's obviously not him because, or is it Michael Duncan Clark? Michael Clark Duncan.
Clark Duncan Michael.
I forget. Whatever.
It's one
He's
combination
dead.
of all of
There.
those names.
Is that Stellan Skarsgård?
That's not Stellan Skarsgård.
No?
I have no clue who
that
that is.
definitely is him. Look at the face. That's definitely him.
And he's also
Like,
a big
is it?
dude.
Yeah, because it looks like
I think that is him. I think it 157. I think we're seeing Baron Harkonnen coming out of.
Yeah, rising out of after he got
Like,
the adamantium claws. He's rising out of the
Yeah,
water.
yeah, and then he goes to fight Liev Schreiber.
so. Like yeah, so see that face.
So what
That's-
would he be doing if
that's
that is
definitely him with
Harkonnen?
his
What would that
You
be?
might be right. What?
If that is Harkonnen, what would he be doing in in liquid like that?
That's
not water.
I see that wasn't explicitly in the book, so I see it's probably a director's choice for some establishment shots.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
What is that salute we see
That's just
after that around
that's
two?
just a treat salute.
Okay.
It's just the family.
And then if you go back, was that a worm eating the spice?
yes,
Okay.
so Dune. That's the planet they live on,
yes,
and it's inhabited by these giant worm
yep.
tremor things.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
this is the only place in the universe where they can get the spice, which is used
Oh.
to fuel. It's actually the biggest reason it's necessary is because the people who fly the spaceships from planet to planet need it to go into their warp drive or whatever.
Okay.
So
it's like a
interplanet-
fuel
Yeah.
for their work.
Kind of interplanetary travel couldn't happen without it.
Okay.
So they would all be stuck on their own planets.
I think the closest I've heard is Dune space travel works similar to Warhammer 40K.
Okay.
If you're similar, where
yeah.
they're kind of warping through space by going through other dimensions and stuff like that, and
But
they need
a,
psychics.
They
to
need a route
navigate.
exactly. They need to see the route beforehand.
Yeah.
So the spice kind of has like psychic, like foretelling of power.
Which I think is
Okay.
I think 40K is derivative. I think 40K borrows a lot from Dune.
Okay. So the planet of Dune is just a big desert planet.
yes,
Yeah.
Like there's
it's like a Tatooine, just big old desert planet, sand everywhere.
Him and Dad always call it Dune, but I tend to call it Arrakis more often than not, because that's the official name of the planet. But I know the characters call it Dune.
Yeah, they refer to it as Arrakis a couple times, but for the most part, it's just Dune.
So is the plot of this basically just this boy becoming a warrior? Pretty much, it's his like growing
It's
up
about
path?
him.
Well, this is the first half of the book.
Yeah,
so.
I can't really say too much about specifically what the whole book is about.
Yeah.
Because it all feeds into the next book.
But I
and
mean,
everything.
so there's going to be a second Dune movie.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Following Paul also.
And we
That was all
discussed
about
it the
Paul.
last time that he and I think you and Dad were on when we last discussed it.
Yeah.
And you guys agreed on where it would cut off was
Yeah, we know.
after the what was it? I forget where you said it would cut off. Probably
It's like halfway through the book. It's a very important scene where lots of things happen, so I'm not gonna say any specifics.
But there is a time skip, right, in the
yes,
book?
yeah.
And-
At a certain point, halfway through the book, it skips like 2 years. So
and
that's probably the
I've
reason
heard the
we'll
other
cut
theory
off.
that the movie will end before the time skip.
No, it won't.
No?
Seeing these scenes now, no, the scenes you see,
Oh, these happen after the time skip?
these happen no, these all happen before, but all
Yeah.
the way up until it happens. Or
That's
some
what I
of
mean.
these
That's what
scenes.
people say. Is I'm hearing people suggest is that this movie will go all the way up to the time skip
And
and then
the-
end, and then the second movie will pick up after the time skip.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I do have a question. It does seem to, from watching the trailer twice now, it seems to have kind of a Hamlet kind of vibe to it. Like there's two families
You could
that
liken
are gonna
it.
like in I don't know, it's just kind of the vibe I'm getting. And don't smack me if I'm completely wrong.
There are always going to be similar themes throughout anything, but in terms of the main storyline, no, not really at all. Like it doesn't. I don't even know what story I'd compare
Lion
it to.
The
No,
Lion
I know what
I mean,
Hamlet is.
But okay.
Everything
I'm
the
talking
light
about Dune.
touches in this sandy Dune.
Dune. I mean,
area.
but that's the thing is like Dune. Other than past, and I even know this, past the whole thing of the classical two houses warring. There's a lot in it that I
Yeah.
don't know how many stories had done before.
And the thing about this is, a lot of people might feel like it's kind of derivative of other material, but you got to remember, Dune was one of the first like big sci-fi series. He wrote in 60s, I think.
I thought it was
70s.
40s. I thought it was
It
48.
wasn't that early.
No.
No, but it was one of the first one. Like this influenced a lot of the sci-fi we know today.
Yeah.
So you have to go into it remembering that with the base storyline.
Yeah. Well, no, but if he wrote it in the 60s, then Heinlein was before him.
Who's Heinlein?
Heinlein was writing sci-fi in the 50s.
I'm not saying it was the first sci-fi book. I'm
But the
saying it was
first
one
big
of the big.
sci-fi.
It was it was the first biggest like sci-fi, like multiple novels.
That
whole
makes
it
sense.
was one of the
story.
first ones to get big.
Yeah.
And get a lot of fandom about
And on top of that, it doesn't have it like Earth isn't. It's so far in the future that Earth is a footnote.
Yeah. Yep. It actually is never mentioned by any character.
Yeah. And I think it's only in like ancillary materials that they mention that Earth
It is mentioned by a character, but yeah, it's known by a character, but
So is Earth
no
like
characters ever talk
destroyed?
about it. Yeah, it's just so far in the future.
Oh,
This is
okay.
basically way before everything. There's a huge nuclear war, and that's why nuclear weapons are banned in this. Especially because with these shields, if you hit a nuclear weapon with them, it'll make an insanely sized explosion. Like it can wipe out half
Oh,
the
so
planet
it like
with it.
amplifies the nuclear
Yes.
explosion.
So they're
Wow.
so incredibly dangerous because everyone uses these shields on like everything.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with computers and stuff, right?
Yep, they don't use computers in this
Wow.
because because that war, computers basically became a huge issue. So they use human computers, mentats,
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah,
And do we see any? We didn't see any mentats. In
You
this
do see
trailer,
him. Well, not Gurney, the other one who travels with them.
did we? Peter or
No,
Pite?
Piter is with Harkonnens,
Oh,
but Piter is a mentat actually.
but he is in this trailer.
No, I
So
don't think
there's
he is.
Peter, Piper, and
So is
Peter
it
Piper. He has his peppers.
pickled peppers.
Yeah.
Is this all
he keeps
teeth
them?
that's around in
Yes.
the worm's mouth?
Yeah.
That's all teeth?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So why can't it just like lean over and snag them off the rocks? 'Cause
It can't chew like rocks.
I was gonna say it looks
And it
like a
does-
whale.
and it probably can't see them. Now that they're not standing
It
on the sand.
actually breathes. It breathes through the sand in a way. It's hard to explain, but basically, it can't go on rocks.
well, I understand that, but they're standing right on the edge of the sand. Why can't it just like dip
Well,
its
they
head
also
down? And
they
pick 'em
also
up?
can't see. They're completely
Okay.
blind. It doesn't know where it is. They are right now.
So as far as it knows, they went up into
They just
space.
yeah. They could be as far away because all it feels is vibrations.
Yeah.
That's how like it tracks people on the sand, and why you can only be found when you're on the dunes.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they're safe on this rock.
So would it be safe to say that Tremors was derivative of this?
Yes, Tremors took the entire storyline from. Yeah, it's
Oh,
basically.
well, then
you
Tremors
really,
spoiled it for me?
yeah, you don't need to watch this movie if you've seen Tremors. Is what I'm
Aw,
getting at. They're the
dang.
same, one the same.
Oh, man.
So there's going to be a cowboy that shoots it
Yes.
in the end?
Oh,
yeah,
man,
and
you're
then
really good
Mr.
at making that sound real. That was really good. Being straight faced and everything.
I try to commit.
Oh, that's good.
It's important.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
No, I don't know if that was a joke or not.
It was entirely a joke.
Okay,
Hotter
good.
than the desert.
But it is the
baby.
same where it feels the tremors.
I was going to say, you've listened to the podcast where he'll
Yeah.
make a joke and it'll go completely over my head and I'll start answering like legitimately
was
like
kinda
running down the
seeing-
hypothetical.
Wanted to see how long I could string you along.
Oh,
Tremors
wow.
is a great film, though.
I haven't seen Tremors in a long time. It used to freak me out. I remember as a kid.
I can understand that.
As a kid, I just was always like, man, if there's any way, if I was gonna die anyway, it's not be swallowed alive by a whole worm thingy. I'm not.
Not what you're stuck in.
I don't want to be. Yeah, not even in Texas. Why would I want to be in Texas with that?
Yeah.
Especially in Texas, that's the worst place for them.
Yeah, you're stuck with like
Oh,
5
were they
people.
in Nevada? Does it take place in
I'd
Nevada?
rather be in Texas. More people to shoot it.
That's what I mean. Is like I don't understand how that thing.
With all the
survived
guns the
Texas.
guy had, he had to be Texas.
Yeah.
People don't have guns in Nevada.
No.
It's
Not
too close to
anymore.
California.
Yeah, what are you going to shoot at?
Yeah. Not anymore. There's too many towers.
Too many salaries. Too many eyes of Sauron.
Yeah, there's too many places to get high up in the ground. There's no honor in Nevada.
What?
Sorry. I'm done now. That was bad. Those were some offensive jokes. Who else is in this film?
There's really everyone.
It's got a ton of people in it.
Like
Oh,
hire,
they've added a lot of people, huh?
let's hire every actor.
I mean, just a bunch of extras, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't see anyone.
Are we just opening up random people now?
This is
Just looking at Rebecca
this is
Furr.
Paul's mom.
Well, I'm only opening up random. I'm trying to. There's some actresses and like actors I don't know their names. Like I've never seen. I don't know if I've seen them in something. So I wanted to just go into more information.
Jason Momoa's Aquaman, if that's what you're
Yeah.
wondering.
Yeah, I knew that. Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, I don't know her. What else has she been in?
So she has been
Mission
Mission Impossible films, Doctor Sleep. So it's a couple films. I have Men in Black International.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of these.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen The
Great
Greatest
Showman.
Showman.
Oh, Jenny Lind. Okay, I know who she is.
Okay.
Really good singer.
The Greatest
no
Showman
idea.
and The Snowman. What
That's a jump.
The Girl on a Train. So I've seen a few films that she's been in. Us.
Us. I never watched it. Only
It was all right.
Is this the horror film? Oh no,
it's not. Oh.
That's not the horror film.
This is.
This is
Oh,
from 2013. That doesn't look like a horror film.
doesn't look very appropriate. Don't look up Us.
Yeah, don't look up Us from 2013.
Yeah, that's right. Don't look us up.
You won't find anything.
Yeah, you won't know anything. I should try. Oh, I need to try to Google you. That's right.
Indeed.
Wait, why are we Googling him?
There's nothing on there.
Oh, that's right.
Don't-
We never
don't Google
did
it.
that.
No.
Google it.
We never started that. I
Oh
started
no,
that.
no, that's on the pre-show. So if
Was
you guys
it?
want to get on Patreon,
I
get on the
can't-
pre-shows.
We don't
Yeah.
have a Patreon yet.
No, we
We
don't.
will.
Oh,
Someday.
well, when we
So
get
what are
one.
so?
Give us 100
I
fans.
don't know what. In closing, I guess because we're already pretty much through this.
Yeah.
What else jumped out at you from that trailer?
They used Brain Damage from Pink Floyd, which I loved.
Yeah.
Big Pink Floyd fan. It's a cover, but it's still good. Other than that, I'm just happy with it. Like, it looks like it's going to be a faithful representation, and the shots from I've seen are.
So you're a Pink Floyd fan?
I'm a big Pink Floyd fan.
How old are you?
21.
You're a good kid. You're a good kid. I'm gonna be honest.
If anyone's wondering, I just
Yeah.
got the fatherly approval I'm still seeking.
Yeah,
Me too, buddy. Me too.
you followed in his musical footsteps more than I did, but now he's following in my musical footsteps.
I was gonna say what you get the fatherly love that you've always wanted from someone who's 4 years older than you.
4 years older than him.
Guys, the draft for my
Six.
my work football league starts in 4.5 minutes.
Oh,
is
so we
that
got
your
to
way
get
of
off.
telling us that we need to stop?
No, not necessarily. I'm just saying I'm excited about this.
You want to turn this into a sports podcast?
Not really, but I think I can
don't
get
either.
Edwards Hilaire from this.
Well, guys, I think
I don't
we've
think
run
anyone's
out
gonna
of
let me
good
get
topics to
Christian
talk about
McCaffrey.
today. I hope
That's
you
about
really
all we
enjoyed
care
today's
about.
episode.
I mean, yeah, we kind of ran through that. I expected us to talk about Dune longer.
I mean, it's
So-
hard when
It's just a trailer.
yeah, especially with one person who
Yeah.
hasn't read the book.
It's
We're
just
talking
me
about
soapboxing over
Yeah.
here.
one person who knows,
And also
what's
try
going
not to
on.
spoil it.
Yeah.
So when it comes out, we will all watch it and dedicate an entire podcast.
Yes.
to the movie.
for sure.
Absolutely.
We should just all go see it together, and then,
The only unfortunate thing is that we can't record 5 people.
this is
So I
coming
can
out
have
in
Dad on,
December.
too.
It's coming out in December.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought
Oh,
maybe you said
okay. I thought it was November.
December 18th,
So I lied. December 18th,
The day after
we
my
can watch
birthday.
Dune.
maybe in
At
theater.
this point, it might not be delayed.
maybe in
I'm starting
streaming.
to think.
Who knows anymore?
Well, they're absolutely done with principal photography at this point, so I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
imagine a ton of reasons it would.
I
be
wonder if they
delayed.
have done any for the second one now.
probably not.
I'd be willing to bet they have. They have to do. If they're doing this
if
first
they're
one, they
making
have to do the second one.
Exactly. So
Regardless
and
of how
like
this
if
one
they're already
does.
out in the desert with all their equipment and costumes.
Well, they might have because they did.
They were filming for a while.
There's
Actually, now
another
that I'm thinking
film
about it.
they made
We've known
the
about this for
sequel
2
while
years
they
at
were
least.
making the first one. What was
Lord of the Rings, they did all 3 in one
yeah,
shooting.
But there
Yeah.
was a film where they came out with the first one and they did the sequel at the same time. They filmed them both.
Pirates of the
together.
Caribbean 2 and 3 were done at the same time.
Oh, maybe there were a lot more films.
Yeah,
there's
I
a
feel like
lot-
this is a
it
common
happens
theme.
more often than
Yeah.
you'd think.
There was another film that just recently that I can't remember what it was though.
Oh, was it the last Twilight movie? They did
Oh,
those
you know what?
last two
Maybe
together.
parts 1 and 2. Harry Potter 7, 1 and 2.
Besides the remakes, it's pretty much any new movie that comes out is going to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
So,
It makes more
like-
money.
It's one of those things where like you're kind of expected to know that there's something already budgeted out or at least in the works.
Yeah.
What now? If it were to tank horribly, then it won't show up. But
Yeah.
I think there's probably an assumption that there'll be more than one.
Not always. Look at Matt's favorite giant mech show.
Oh yeah, the first one did so well.
Oh, Pacific Rim. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
John Boyega ruined the second one.
Yeah, that was.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Thank you all for listening. This has been Pop Culture Unboxing. You can find us everywhere on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Pop Culture Unboxing. And be sure to tell your friends about the show. John Paul, where can they find you?
I really,
On Twitter?
I don't want any of you following my Twitter.
Okay, fine. You can find me at Matt Rossdale on Twitter. Also give my new show, Destiny After Dark, a follow. That's at Destiny After Dark, no A in the dark. Because Twitter has a 15 character limit and Destiny After Dark is 16 characters.
Follow my new show,
Destiny
Ryan
in the
After
Dark.
Dark, and follow Zach's new show, In the Dark. Follow
JP's new show, Before the Dark.
Because he has a bedtime.
Yeah, I've got class in the
Ryan,
morning.
where can they find you?
Red Steak Ryan and everywhere.
Oh, and you can also find me I've been doing more streaming at twitch.tv/Jan_Jinkle.
Oh, third time's a charm.
Yeah. Zach.
There you go. You can find me at little_leaf LIEF. Somebody add me
On
I'm
Twitter.
Still by myself.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I gotta be honest with you. I got super excited. I got a somebody followed you request on Twitter for the first time, and I thought, holy crap! One of our listeners
They're here.
has followed me, and I now have my first fan. And it turns out it was Destiny After Dirk.
Oh wait, it wasn't Pop Culture Unboxing.
No, it was
I've been following with Pop Culture Unboxing.
I love the fact that the
I have
show
4
you're on doesn't even follow us.
I have 4 Twitter accounts on my computer, so
And it's sad that you guys think I'm the one that's going to bring you to stardom.
you are.
Oh God, guys,
Eventually.
I'm dying.
Thanks for
Let's-
listening,
let's
everyone.
Stop the recording. We need to get out
Goodbye.
of here.
Have fun.